welcome to Gaming and Culture. I'm myself, Ahman Green, and my co-host, Josh Rose here. Took a little, personal time off, but now I'm back getting in the groove. We have a fun show for you today, and I can't wait to show it to you and talk about it and partake in the gaming and the fundum that's going to go on here today.
It's going to be great. We're glad to have you back. We're ecstatic to have you back. You know, we tried to hold down the fort the best we could. Justin came in.
You did well.
What did you think? It was intense, you know, to do a show without one of our leaders here.
That's okay, but the show must go on.
It must. It must, and we did. But we had a good time. You know, it was great. Justin came in here. He was an excellent co-host. We had Troy in town.
Yes.
And he was here to talk about his tournament, the NHL, the 94 NHL 94 game. His tournament he had.
Did well.
We're going to look into that today.
Okay, that's right. It's in the segment later on.
We're going to talk about that. So it was a great show. It was a lot of fun, but we did miss you. So we're excited to have you back.
Did you get your gaming multitasking skills together?
I
talk and game at the same time?
I think I'm getting a little bit better. I mean, you guys can let us know in the comments. Am I getting better multitasking? Am I not? I don't know. I'm trying to. Some days is better than others. Some days better. We got Justin in my ear saying got a little bit better. I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna take that.
That's all good. A little bit better is better.
It is. Well,
a little bit. That's good. Good.
We got a really cool game on tap. I'm gonna let you bring this in though, because listen, I went hard 2 weeks ago. I had to hold down the fort.
Yeah, that's
so I'm gonna lay back. I didn't bring a fancy jacket today. I didn't bring a fancy sweatshirt. This is your show.
Yeah,
I'm gonna kick back and support you. So you lead us in, man.
So the game of today is Injustice 2, and we'll show you how to play that. And the person, our noob of the week, is my beautiful wife, Marie Green.
Woo!
She will be our Gaming with the Noob for this week, and so we'll show her how to get into the game, use the controller, and see if she can kick some butt.
I'm excited.
On Injustice 2.
I am very excited to have Marie on.
You know, even though Injustice, me too, very excited. So
we're going to get into that. We're definitely going to get into deeper. So it's a tease for you. Hang on, and we're going to have some fun with Marie. We had some great conversations before the show. So
exactly.
It'll be a great segment.
With this new, Injustice has been out for a couple years. And the way the gaming, community or industry has been going, these developers, these companies, Microsoft, Sony, Blizzard, they know these games that we're fans of them.
Yep.
And the way they drop them, it's just like every week, just like a movie release. And for me as a kid, it drives me nuts. I get all these good games at home right now because I'm an adult. But as a child, my mom, the rule was, once we buy you a game, because obviously I'm spending their money, you have to finish the game before we buy you the next game. So if it's a sports game, that means I had to master it. Or if it's something like Super Mario Brothers or Super Contra or Contra, I had to beat the game, all levels, before the new one would come in the house.
So he got around it by getting himself a paper route, earning his own money, and then buying as many games as he wanted. Whatever. That's what you did, right?
No, I actually
just played.
I did create me a job in my apartment complex, taking out the garbage for the older families in the house.
So I didn't know that.
That was $10 a week. So I did the math, $10 a week, 4 weeks in a row. That's $40.
That's great.
Go on from there. But the way, like I said, the way these gaming companies, developers are dropping these games, you cannot catch up with the new game, because we had Anthem drop last weekend, and then before that Resident Evil 2, Kingdom Hearts, Apex Legends, Kingdom Hearts 3, and now Division 2 is about to drop on their beta release. So it's like, before I get going in one,
Combat coming out. It's just one after. We're actually going to do Apex this week. We did a little bit of an audible, so we'll talk about that later.
So
but it's just so many games coming out.
It's like, no, you're just drowning in achievement limbo, because playing the games, you get these achievements like, that we'll see, when you play a game, you unlock an achievement, but then you're a quarter of the way through a game, then another game drops. It's like, come on, man.
But my wife kills me because she's like, okay, what are you guys doing this week? I'm like, hold on. I got to just practice this game to be remotely decent at it, because we have to talk about it the week after. So we made Apex a little bit later, so we have more time to be a little bit better at it. Like you said, games dropping.
It gives you no time.
We want to be relevant. We want to be on the level of the newest games.
That's what we're trying to do.
But there's just so much coming out that it's hard to keep up with.
So that brings us into the game of the week. So the how to play. Going into Injustice 2 here, and this is at the menu screen, and it has a nice storyline. It's the Legendary Edition, so the costumes are a little different. And it has different areas. You have single player, multiplayer, online play, and then customized player. So a lot of the fighting games are getting into this customizable players where you can basically go in here and change their outfits. So they're in their traditional comic book character outfits, but then you could change out the color. I'm gonna go to my guy Batman, of course.
Now I remember Injustice because I played this on a cell phone, the original one. I was out in Korea. I remember this came out and I was gaming out. So this is the same game then?
Same game, it's just now you could change out different loadouts for your costume. So you got all the way from Batman's cowl to his chest, defender chest plate, gloves, greaves right there, and his belt, utility belt. And then these are options for basically helping your fighting skills get better, how you advance parry, what abilities you gain. And then right now I've been playing, so I'm on level 14, and you can see my strength is at 1400, abilities at 1215, and 1190 is my, I say HP there. So that's the way you earn that by winning rounds, different rounds on and so forth. So
does it have the famous Michael Keaton costume?
I don't know.
I
don't want to say no. I just know they have unlocks and stuff you could buy. Yeah, so that's my favorite of all time. But then you could go in the inventory. So this is my inventory of what I've earned from different costumes. But it's just mostly the new Injustice comic book stuff. And also it is a comic book, as we'll see later. But then you have an overflow part of that. So it's back out of that. It's getting to the match.
This is great. Look at this.
So the plot is basically, it mounts the two worlds of Batman and Superman against each other in this series here. So it's something that usually it happens in the comic book world where Superman gets possessed or some reason he's angry, and Batman always knows he got to have a backup plan to deal with these superheroes.
That's Batman. We were talking about it before the show. I'm like guitar had for years. I had a Superman logo, and he's known as Batman. So we're going against each other today.
So this is where you see the disconnect and the questioning of Superman to Batman, and then the plot begins and takes you into the matches as it gets you as you go on from board to board.
Those graphics are incredible. That storyline is
better than this, Clark.
Watching that right now on the screen.
These inmates are irredeemable. They're thieves,
listen to that.
rapists, murderers, like the Joker.
Superman's
That's the problem
super angry.
fighting for truth and justice. The battle never ends.
Like that.
And
that is not your Smallville Superman.
No.
First Joker, now this. When does it stop?
When there's no more crime. When people can live without
fear. What made him so mad?
We want the same thing,
Did you say that? Did you?
I wanted to kill my parents.
It's been a while.
I could have.
But I believe it's Lois Lane.
But that's not the life they wanted for me.
She died?
And it's not the life Lois
she died, didn't she?
Yes.
Don't you
Something on a nuclear bomb by Joker.
Joker's
always blowing up things, as we know.
Wow. Well, let's get in.
So I'm gonna resume where I left off in the game. So you got Batman and Robin actually following each other. They're actually in Arkham Asylum here.
I want to ask you too. A lot of the games that well, not a lot of them. We played a couple different types of games. But Fortnite, Fallout, those two games, those were kind of RPGs, open world type of deals, battle royale. Tecmo, NHL, those were throwbacks. That was a whole different style. What type of game is Injustice? I mean,
it's a fighting game.
Okay.
So Injustice 1 carried over Injustice 2 with what Joker did. But a traditional fighting game in a sense. But now, as you know, the fighting games are having this thematic element added to it. So there's cutscenes like you see here that leads into the next fight scene. So this is going to eventually get to a fight scene. So now it's probably most likely to be either Robin versus Wonder Woman or Batman versus Wonder Woman.
See, my wife would play this game. You got Wonder Woman in there. That's pretty cool.
Yes, my wife as well. So she's going to be playing that a little bit. So
That's
I can't wait for that.
All right.
So let's get
into it. I mean, but
it's going.
But this is interesting. So it's a fighting game, but there is a campaign, I guess. I mean, there's a story, but this is a campaign.
Yep.
So you're fighting just one-on-one, but there's a story.
Here it is. We're into the fight scene now. Now I got to fight.
Go. You're Batman, right?
I'm Batman.
So you're hitting a woman.
It's Wonder Woman, though. That's different.
Got it.
Superhero. She's a superhero goddess. Okay.
She's looking the wrong way. So on the very top of the game now, I can see the health of both of you. What is that the time ticking down, the 2:15, 2:13?
Yes, so we got about
300
300 seconds or whatever it is, 3 minutes actually, going down. Okay. And so right there, still between the A button, the X button, and the Y button, that's your high punch, low punch. You press down, you could crouch, and then throw an uppercut right there. That's pressing the
Look at
Y.
that.
That's pressing the down button.
Oh, you just got lassoed.
Got lassoed and punked out right
Oh, no, it's so
there. Real
close.
trash talking. Real trash talking, but I'm about to get mine. Oops,
So are you still alive? It looks
Yes.
like you don't have any health left.
So yes, that was the first bar of health goes by.
Okay.
And now the red is like your final like haul of stuff that's left of health.
Got it.
And then also there is a, once I get to a certain point, you gotta use timing. There's like a finishing move in battle that you can get that automatically takes a ton of, I say a quarter of the health bar away.
Okay. See, you're good at this multitask thing you've been talking about. You always joking me.
Yeah.
He's like multitask, game engine.
Yeah, so the meter that I have is at the bottom of the screen, bottom left under for Batman. You see the Batman symbol lighting up, so it's ready to go.
Right.
So when I'm gonna time it though, it's not about just using it. You wanna use it at the right time. If I get there, if Wonder Woman doesn't beat me down.
That lasso.
She's getting away with that lasso
Lasso's
right
serious. So this is. I mean, I don't even know what you would call it. Single dimension? I mean, two dimension. You're on one plane, a single plane. So you're not going back and forth on the Z-axis. You're just.
Oh, she got me.
Right where you are. Okay.
She beat me down. So you want a little bit of this? You want to come out of this?
No, yes. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. All right, let me hop in.
Let's go to the menu.
Okay.
Do we have another
No,
remote?
we don't. I don't think we do.
So we can just go.
We just set it up.
We'll go here.
Okay.
Single player.
Yeah, just
and
walk
we'll
me
do
through
this single fight.
For the highlight.
So let's get you acclimated as we will. So you can pick your character in the single player mode here.
All right.
So find your character you want to use.
I gotta make this fast, I know, because Jess is gonna start yelling at me. Can I be? I'm gonna be Superman.
There you go.
I'm gonna be Superman. Wait, against myself? That's
no,
not...
it'll pick randomly, I believe, or you could pick somebody different. Pick one. Pick the Joker who's next to Superman, his arch, or not one of the villains.
Cool. All right. And then what? Is it X?
Hit A.
A.
That'll get you into it.
Let's go. Difficulty. Let's go easy. Listen, man, I gotta
go to the question mark, so it'll get randomly pick a board.
Okay, cool.
If it could take you to the middle there, right there. Just hit A, and it's random. There it is.
Cool.
You're in the Bat Cave.
I should have stayed. I should have stayed as
beautiful. So X and Y are punch and high kick or high punch, low punch.
Okay.
B and A, actually the LB is to grab.
Oh, that guy's scary.
And I didn't get to it, but you could hit all 4 buttons to do your like finishing move and your.
Wait a minute. So what is, okay, so I'm going X?
So X or Y is the punch. Them the best things. Basically.
You're getting honed. Why is he so good? I'm hitting the X. Hit
Y. Hit Y too. There's 2 buttons.
Hey, I just lasered him. Watch out now, Joker.
It's X and Y and A and B. There you go.
Okay.
There it is.
It takes a second.
Move the fingers around. LB, RB, right trigger, left trigger. There it is. Button mash sometimes is the best way to go at this.
Watch out now.
In fighting
Watch out now.
So you just you're just hitting the X, hit Y, hit something different.
Well, I'm trying to get him up against the ropes.
And if you
we learned that with Keo, right?
And then as you get as you get good at this, you'll notice the RB is flashing under the ticking clock there, and that is an animation you can activate by either throwing the TV that lights up right behind you.
I think you're trolling me with this X doing something. I'm pushing X and he's just
You're supposed to be pushing Y.
I did Y too.
Y and
did
B?
It all.
What happened when you did that?
Nothing, he's just chilling. He's having a cup of coffee.
There's other buttons.
Oh, wait. Oh, we got it. Wait, that was A. Okay, A is real. What? Yep, you saw that. You saw that. That happened.
Oh,
that's embarrassing. But it's close. It is close.
The activation, animation, Killer Croc.
Whoa. Is another guy attacking?
That was Killer Croc right there.
That's not fair. I'm not cool with that.
And that's like more of the Jared Leto Joker. He has more of the chest out. Oh, so you did
super angry.
So you did it too early though. This is the thing I was talking about, the activation of your finishing move. So it's supposed to be about timing and finishing and winning. So you're gonna
but that's more fun. It's okay.
Well, now you got to finish now without it, unless you build back up with some ultimate punches and build up your HP again.
I'm gonna build it up.
There you go. Oh, now this is a challenge. So and this will stop hitting buttons. You got to wait, and when you want to hit the most, so you have nothing. So just hit a button. You're gonna lose this clash right here. So you lost. Oh, actually you tied. There you go. You got lucky. You got lucky there. But usually, if you don't hit the same button, if your opponent hits the higher button, you lose the clash, or you can win the clash.
You know, this is a tutorial, right? To tutorialize you, to tutorialize your wife.
All right. That's
if you can get me through this, I'm
Come
trying.
on,
There
get
we
him.
go.
Oh, you won. There you go. Without even, you were
All right,
watching.
ladies and gentlemen,
You were
that's
talking
it for
to
the
me.
day. That's
There
it.
you go.
Multitask.
There you go. Got
What?
a victory.
What?
Got a vic. He's learned.
I multitask this.
And so, on that note, we'll bring our game in with a new guest in today.
I'm excited.
Let's get on right in here. All right. Hello.
Hello.
All right. Marie, it is so good to have you. What did it take for Ahman to convince you to hang out with us today?
A lot. He's been asking, and it's been no. I finally said yes, so.
Yeah?
It was a simple text message, really.
Was it? A text message? He didn't
Oh, I
walk
like the
upstairs and
rest of
said,
it.
listen. Let's introduce Marie.
So,
Let's
yeah.
talk a little bit about what. So that screen right there is what's on the TV.
Yep, that's
Okay,
what everybody
check that one.
sees. So this is my beautiful wife, Marie Green. We have been together for, we'll be 11 years in June.
Married.
Yep, married. And it's been great. She is a stay-at-home mother, homemaker. She loves our little new pup. We have an English Mastiff named Apollo, and she loves to bake and is a Chicago sports fan.
You're a Chicago
All
sports
the sports that
Yeah.
come
fan. How
out
did
of
that happen?
Chi-Town.
How'd you end up as a Chicago sports
She was
fan?
born and raised
Born and
there.
raised in Illinois, so
And you
Chicago
found your way
fan.
up.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
the one rule was, when I was still playing, was during the football season, you can wear that blue and orange, or you can't wear it only for twice, which when the Packers
guys
played
played it.
in Chicago or they
Okay.
came here. So that was
Did
the
you
only
ever
time.
break the rule? Did
I
you ever wear
always
it?
broke the rule.
Did you?
I always had something Bears underneath his
Under my jersey, so she would wear
He just
my
didn't
jersey
know.
Okay.
under, during Bears game, home or away,
That's
which was
loyalty.
okay. So the
All
other
right, I
14
respect that.
games of the regular season, she could wear her Bears colors, but then Green and Gold had to come on during a home away in Lambeau or down at Soldier Field.
How'd you guys meet?
Through a friend,
Yep.
yeah, out of Milwaukee. So yeah, it was friendship first, and then grew from there. Yep. And so I got her here. So we know, as we talked the other day, she's not an FPS person.
No.
First-person shooter does not work for Marie. I was like, we'll get going with Injustice, which is a fighting game. Because what's your favorite fighting game?
Tekken.
Yes. So
But I don't really know. I just start hitting buttons. I don't really
Which
know
is
what I'm doing.
That's kind of what I just did in the last round, so you're fine.
Yeah.
Like, you saw me win of doing just that, so you got this
Okay.
unlocked.
So I got you down to select. So press the A button.
Okay.
So now you can select your fighter, as Josh did a minute ago.
Marie, have you played this before? Have you played
No.
Injustice? No.
First
No.
time.
First time.
So select.
no clue what
so
I'm
this is
doing.
the select menu.
See here.
You got Harley. You got all the, DC Universe very well.
Okay, let's see. Who do I want?
You could pick any of the villains. They got some people that are new down there. Blue Beetle's down there, and actually, I thought I downloaded.
Beetle.
Donatello, the Ninja Turtles
What?
down there. I think Hellboy is
that-
somewhere in there too.
Is that the Croc?
That's Killer Croc. Oh no, that's Scarecrow. That's Scarecrow actually.
That's Scarecrow?
I think next to him is Killer Croc, and that's Bane.
right.
You like Bane?
Okay.
Yep. So press A,
Okay.
and then you can go to the question mark. So select down, right there, and then hit A again, and it'll randomly pick
Okay.
a character for you to fight against.
All right.
So then let's go to easy. Let's give you an opportunity.
You're going to want to make
Yeah, let's
this
go
very
easy.
So I flicked it
hard.
to easy.
No.
Hit it now. Hit A is already. I selected easy for you.
Okay.
And again, go over to the question mark. Slide it up right there, and then hit A again, and it'll randomly pick a board. So takes the kind of the
I
choosing
wouldn't
and picking out for people as well.
I wound up playing the guy I almost originally picked. Okay, but what buttons am I
All
hitting?
right, so we know through Josh's experience. X doesn't do
That
much.
none of the buttons
between Y,
work. That's
B,
what
and
we
A,
learned.
and then also LB and trigger works.
What do you
So Y
mean?
is the
What's
kick.
LB?
Right here.
left
LB's over
button.
here.
Okay.
Left
over
button.
here.
So
That's
that's
space.
trigger.
That's
That's
right
trigger,
button.
and this button.
Okay.
So now here we go. Stay
Uh-oh.
up. So you can hit Y to punch.
Oh Lord.
There it is. Ooh, there you go. And there it is.
Oh, this is not gonna be good.
You got this.
It's going.
Yeah, absolutely. Who's the guy in the background there just chilling? That's me.
That's one of the Arkham
That's virtual
inmates.
me.
That's an Arkham inmate, Josh, back there.
Just hanging out, watching the show.
So you gotta go towards him.
I'm
there you
trying.
Go. There you go.
I don't know.
This just seems like a game that
button
would be
mash.
cool to play, as a couple, just hanging
Yes.
out. I mean, you don't have to work on a whole
Uh-oh.
big campaign
Uh-oh.
or anything like that.
There it is.
Get up.
So you got a drop kick on him. So we've played recently together Mario Kart at home, which she progressively got better at.
Oh, I'm terrible at it. I usually take 5th place, or 12th.
12th place. No, but as we played about an hour. And about an hour in, towards the end of the hour, she was from 12th to 6th place. So she got better.
That's a lot better.
So she just won the first round. So now it's in the last round.
You won the first round?
With against Scarecrow.
Okay.
So
she's hustling us. She knows what she's doing.
She's blocking right now. So you gotta go the other way. You're going the other way. There you go. You gotta go towards them.
Come on, come on.
Press,
oh, yeah.
press Y, press Y. Oh, you gotta clash.
What's that mean?
So just hold on the buttons. Don't press nothing yet. And then when the clash will come up at the bottom, press Y or X.
Oh no. X. I got
there you go.
I don't know.
Hey,
you won.
Hey,
you won it.
Hey.
Yes.
All right.
Now you gotta finish the fight. You gotta finish the fight.
Come on.
She's like, that's not it. That's not the end of the game.
I
there
thought
you
I
go.
was done. Get up, get up. Oh no.
There it is. Big punch. Another big punch. Now watch out. He has his full meter for his special ultimate is ready. Yours is too. There you go. Get a little closer. There it is. Good job. Hit that button again. Just keep hitting those buttons. No button.
Do they ever cross over? It's only DC?
Oh.
Is there any Marvel or anything?
I don't know.
No,
if I just
only
did that.
DC, and then every now and then they have. You got your. Oh,
What happened?
he hit you with the special.
How
Darn
did
it.
you do that?
It's not over though, is it?
Oh yeah.
It was just like that?
Darn it. You almost got it. So what?
okay.
So here we go. With the special, what you do, you hit all 4 buttons at the same time. RB, kind of boom.
You gotta tell me that while I'm like in action though.
So hit A.
I'm gonna head out and let them take care of this.
So hit A.
Okay.
To get you to pick another fighter. So go down and then choose another fighter. So select down, push down right here on the analog. There you go. And then A. So this analog stick, as you know, will take you left and right across the board. So going across the board. So approach or back away from your opponent. So you can pick another character.
I don't know, this seems like a game that a new player could get into.
I'll
Yes.
try the
In my
Flash.
opinion. I mean, I'm more of a campaign
Don't be
kind of
Flash.
open world game, and those take time
Take
to
time.
get into.
So go
I
down
mean,
to the question mark.
This seems like
again.
something.
Or
anybody
let's
could
move
do.
that over to easy. There you go. And then go down to and press A.
Okay.
And then go to the question mark in the middle, so it randomly picks a board. Yeah, I like how they fight each other.
I just saw that. I'm like, is that real?
All right.
Gorilla City.
So Gorilla Groove City, who
those
is the
elephants.
intelligent ape there, but he's not fighting. So you're the Flash. So Marie's the Flash versus Superman in the kryptonite handcuffs over there.
What protein do these guys take?
I know.
They're all yolk.
Well, he's from Krypton, that's why.
Oh, that makes sense.
So Flash is Flash. He's fast. So he's got to.
Oh shoot.
Whoa.
So same buttons work for every
Cover,
character.
you got that.
Oh, Superman's rough.
I'm getting beat up. Come on.
There you go.
There you go. There you go. There you go.
There's something. Oh, nice move.
With the right, with
What?
the left.
Wait.
What was that? There's something's going on.
I
Something
don't know.
big.
You did like a shimmy.
I don't know.
Like did a.
I have no
shimmy,
Get up. Get up. Why am I jumping around?
Like moving around.
Oh,
There you go,
You
there
got
you
it. You
go.
got it
There
with
it
the
is.
1-2. Wow, you're just
So
boxing.
Flash, being the character,
Okay. Okay.
look, with the character he is,
This is
he
neat.
doesn't
This is
kick
cool.
he doesn't kick a lot. He does all mostly punches, and then he
Yeah.
does
Uh-oh.
like a fast kick
How did
where
that
he
happen?
Whoa.
punches around the world.
Oh no.
Superman does his grab and fly. There's your
There you
ultimate
go.
move right there. You just did it. Now you're taking him back to the future.
So
or
Troy
across
just
the-
commented. He said the visuals are tight on this game. He's right. They're so
They're beautiful.
clean.
They're
The
awesome.
visuals are so good in this game. Troy, you're right, man.
And
What
from
is going on?
So that was your ultimate move. So hopefully that builds back up. You can do that again. So you just beat Superman. So keep punching and. He now here's his Superman.
Oh.
What?
Did you,
But wait, you got a higher.
I don't understand what's going on.
so you just got hit by his ultimate. So you only had a little bit of life left, and then that's why he knocked you down.
You're gonna get it. You're gonna get it. You're gonna get it. You're
nice.
breakdancing.
Oh, I like the break
wait,
dance move
What?
right there.
Just keep doing what you're doing.
It's button mash. There it is.
Keep going with the 1-2.
Y A B
Ah.
Y A. Ooh, nice kick. Oh, he does kick.
Yeah.
I didn't think he kicked. In the one game, Flash didn't kick.
It's so. Oh, it's the red bar going.
Now you got
on.
the challenge, so
Keep
stop
missing
holding, stop pressing buttons.
Are you sure?
You're gonna most likely hit X. Hit X.
Okay. Well, I don't know what the X is.
Oh.
He got you. Yeah, it's about
But you're still
timing.
good. The
Okay.
red's
It's
going
about
down. You still
timing.
got health. You're actually
Oh man. I'm
winning,
getting-
are you not?
I'm getting my butt
Sure
kicked.
feel like you are.
Hold
You
on,
got
hit
more of
X.
a health than Superman.
Don't press the button. Stop
Why
pressing.
not?
Hit X. Oh, you
I
hit
don't
it.
know what's going on.
There you go. You got
Oh.
it. Nice.
Come on, keep
We
going.
learning. Superman is it's unfair. He can fly.
Marie's gonna go home and she'll be like, I want to play this again.
What? Uh-oh.
That was a nice move. 5-hit combo
How did they do
by
that?
the noob there.
How did
There
I
we
do
go.
that?
And now he has the break dance, leg sweep
Let me
right
celebrate.
there.
Oh,
With the over the head
You got this. You
heel
got this.
kick.
Get up, come on.
Okay, come on.
You have him one more hit and he's it's
I'm
over.
trying to.
You won.
Yes.
High five.
Good
Okay.
job. Good job.
Don't know how that happened, but
That was fun.
Great
That was
movement.
That was so much fun. What do you think of this one?
What you think?
Because you never played,
It's
right?
fun.
What you think is?
Yeah.
no, I thought it was fun.
Do this at home.
I don't really know what I'm doing, but
That's okay. You had fun though.
it was fun.
Yeah.
was
Coast
cool.
it up. Thank you, Toots, for coming on.
Thank you.
All right.
You were so good.
Thank you.
so
It was
much.
fun.
Toots is a nickname, by the way, so
Here.
there's just no craziness going on there. So thank you. See you later. We got
Okay.
dinner after this.
All right, sounds good.
And they're gonna play this tonight.
All right, so get
So-
back to the menu.
We're gonna head over to our showcase of the week. We're really excited about this. We're gonna do our next segment here. This is our guest that we had on last week, or
That's
2
with
weeks
Troy.
ago, Troy.
Yes.
Bring us into it, man.
So
Oh, I'm sorry. No, go ahead.
No, go ahead. He was Troy. Had an event last week. I was trying to attend, but we had, like I said, family matters that popped up. But it was a great fundraiser for a local family indeed here. So here's the role. It was Friday and Saturday, 2-day event.
Excellent.
We're at the Edge VR Arcade. We're having an NHL 94 tournament for the Sega Genesis and Super Nintendo. It is the first ever title that was licensed by both the Players Association and the league. So you weren't just playing as some guy named 27 on Chicago, you're playing as Jeremy Roenick on the Chicago Blackhawks.
Everything just feels right that for some reason has never been able to be replicated. I mean, we fast forward to today, it's more of a simulation game, but 94 was just a more fun action hockey game.
Oh, nice play, brother. That was nasty.
This is Lord Manley's Cup. This gets hoisted by the winner of both tournaments. There are smaller versions that are on the way, literally being engraved as we speak. So the winner gets to hoist this in victory with a picture, and then they'll get their own version to take home with them. We have guys that traveled in from California, New York, New Jersey, Minnesota, Missouri, Ohio, Illinois. They came in from all these different states, and they're just really passionate about this game, and a lot of them are really, really good at it. I wish I was just as good, but I'll settle for just being okay.
Come on, man. This is the playoffs.
It's the sense of achievement, the competitiveness, the winning. We all seem to be good people. Most of us get along pretty good. It's a great weekend.
It was better than everything else that had come before, and it's simple enough that the gameplay holds up today.
They really had lightning in the bottle for 94.
Great segment there by Troy, and great cause for the families there indeed to raise that the funds, and it's something that Troy's been doing a lot of. He's an experienced, TO tournament organizer, but also a great idea and for the purposes of using the video games to raise funds and awareness for the causes.
And he was such a cool guest to have on, too. So to have people like that in our community of being a part of this show, not only doing the tournaments, but getting on here to do it as well was awesome. And I know that he's following live right now, checking in. So let us know what you think, Troy, and I will send that package to you. So you can have that.
All right. So
But, yeah, man.
headed
take it away.
into sports, we got our Bucks. They are in the playoffs. They have clinched already. My man Giannis and squad, even though they've been taking a couple bumps in the road by losing to the Suns.
Two losses in a row.
Last 2 games, and then even to
Jazz,
Utah,
yeah.
with Donovan Mitchell had a career high 46 points. But to me, getting these losses now, kind of out the way, is your wake-up call of what's around the corner with a playoff race.
Well, now that the Bucks have clinched, right? I mean, I think they clinched. I mean, they're virtually clinched in the playoffs. Now that they've clinched a playoff berth, as a former, sports professional, I mean, NFL professional.
Rather remote.
Is there? It's not. It didn't queue up in time.
All right.
I tried it, but I hit the Bluetooth connector, but it didn't.
Okay.
I don't know if it went in time.
I'll go with computer.
but-
oh no, they're there.
Is there Is there a layer of dialing back a little bit to save it, or is it just way too early to do that at this point?
No, it's way too early.
They just came out of the All-Star
It has to be
break.
full throttle. I mean, it has to. You've seen that already. They brought in Gasol and Nicolay as well, Ameritech, to basically beef up the roster and get the, I say, that playoff sense going of having a full roster that's ready, that's aggressive, that's athletic, and that can shoot the ball and then make that run, because they're the favor. You know, 12-1 in the division.
They are.
In their conference or division right there. So that says a lot about what their goals are.
It does, but I'll tell you, man, I'm a little bit concerned about them being able to finish out an entire game, because the last 2 games that they lost at the end. They were close. I watched both of them as they happened, the full, not just the highlights, the full game.
Right.
And to see them basically dominate the whole game, and at the end, it was Mitchell, I think, we were talking about, Justin and I were talking about it before the show. Mitchell just came out, Donovan Mitchell came out from Utah Jazz, and just all of a sudden, 3-point, okay, I'm gonna head over here, layup, this and that, and just all of a sudden own the Bucks out of nowhere, and they were done, almost single-handedly. So the Bucks really need to find a way to protect themselves from that. But tomorrow night, who do they face?
They got the Pacers on TNT, and, you know, reference to that I say 2 losses and Donovan Mitchell letting him go explode. It's just the youthfulness of them understanding how serious this is. So that, hopefully, this Pacers game, and now they're awake to play against an okay Pacers team.
So you don't think that type of a loss
doesn't have Oladipo right now.
So that loss isn't bad?
No, it's a good thing, you know, and the way the coach can use it as motivation. I say, as a player, I would have. I will use it as motivation, because I know what's around the corner, and the NBA playoffs and first round, second round are tough. You got to get through those.
Some are saying that Budenholzer could get Coach of the Year with some of the stuff he's doing in Milwaukee. You know, so maybe this is a good chance for him to use, like you said, if there's anybody who's going to turn it into a positive, it's going to be him, at least this season, you know. So the Bucks are taking it serious. They're doing a lot of moves, a lot of big things. Like you said, they brought Gasol in, they brought Mirotic in. They're doing a lot. But the Bucks are doing more than just on the court.
Bucks gaming.
Bucks gaming.
They had the draft yesterday.
Let's preview this, though. Tell us about what we talked about in our first episode, what Bucks Gaming is, but let us know what this is. I mean,
Bucks Gaming is the NBA 2K team that now almost 30, all 32 teams, or 30 teams in NBA are represented by. And so they had the draft the other day. Actually drafted 2 local, I say 1 local kid, and what's the guy's name?
Yeah, you got 6 people on the team.
You got Slay Island is one of the guys. So Bucks Gaming drafted 4 players yesterday in the draft, and to complete the roster for the 2019 NBA 2K season. And the 4 draft pick selections were they added 2 along with Game 6 Drake, Rockwood, and Javian Big Meek Teener.
These are the gamer names, right?
Yeah, their gamer name. That gets kind of tongue twisting.
So, I mean, you were drafted to the Seattle Seahawks, from Nebraska, Ahman Green, and now you got from Idaho.
Or from Texas and Wisconsin, Idaho, Texas, Louisiana.
It's a different world.
It's awesome to have these virtual, what NBA 2K has created, virtual combine for these players to go to online to compete. And so from last year's, say, 2018 season, 2 players were kept on the squad, and that was Aaron Rockwood, Game 6 Drake, and Javian Teener. They were kept from last year's roster. So the other 4 players that got drafted are the brand new players into the roster. And now these new teams around the NBA will start the season April 2nd is the tip-off, and run through the 2019 NBA 2K season will run through early August. And they'll be competing in weekly matchups, and teams will compete in tournaments on the weekends for $1.2 million.
That's crazy.
That they can earn because of what their status is.
But they get paid more than that.
Rounds and things of that nature, of the draft picks and stuff.
They get paid even more than that. If you guys were hanging out with us our first episode, our own Local 5's John Domo, WFRV's John Domo, the reporter here, he went out and spoke to Bucks Gaming and talked with some of those, some of the gamers, talked to Eric Callback, I believe is his name. He's the communications director with them and oversees gaming, Bucks Gaming. And he was telling that these guys, after they're drafted, they make about, I think it was $35,000 a year minimum salary, in addition to everything they earn in a game, in a winning. So they have benefits. It's a full-time career. They have basically an office, a center where they game, they practice, and then they'll go all over the country doing these tournaments. I think right now it's New York and Chicago, something like that. The major studios out of New York, I believe, but. It's pretty wild.
Yep,
There's just so many interesting things happening in the gaming universe. It's just out of control. And as a teaser to everybody out there, I actually spoke. I don't know. I didn't have a chance to tell you this yet. I have not. This is an exclusive. Ahman doesn't even know this. I am in contact with Eric Kobeck, the Bucks communications director, and there may be some interest in maybe getting involved with the show.
Sweet.
So we're sorting that out.
We get updates, and I mean, from the benefits to their actual workout facility or their training facilities is right down the hallway from actual Buck locker room. Giannis walks by and jumps in sometimes and play matches with him on that. You know, so the question is, does Giannis play as himself on 2K? That's the question.
Do you play as yourself on Madden?
I got asked that a lot.
Do you play yourself on Madden?
When I'm on Ultimate Team, of course. Of course. So,
well, you were away for a little bit.
Yes,
you were away for a little bit.
You know, like I mentioned, the movies keep on coming down the line. So we had.
What were you getting ready for when you were? What'd you see coming?
Man, my favorite genre of movie. If we're starting off with it first, I believe. Or well, the box office. I'm sorry. Quick mention of the box office. So, How to Train Your Dragon Part 3. I'm getting my butt kicked right now.
So what is that? That's number one?
Supergirl is number one. Medea Family Funerals, number 2. Alita, Battle Angel.
We talked about that.
Green Book, great movie with Mahershala Ali and Viggo Mortensen. Saw it the other day with Marie. Great. I know the reason why they won the Academy now.
We're just going to talk about that. Yeah, one movie of the year from the Oscars.
Yes, and then number 5 is Greta, one of the movies that we're talking about right now.
Well, let's get into Greta. So number 5 movie out right now is Greta, one that we were talking about. I was watching the trailer. This is phenomenal. Let's take a look at this, and we'll comment on it in a second. But this is, I gotta let you guys just enjoy it.
My favorite genre, horror. Yes.
Oh, bless your heart. I don't get many visitors here. I've been so lonely since my daughter left.
Candles. So nice.
In the cabinet.
Gets to pull in.
Bringing me my purse. Okay. What did she just find? So in that purse, oh, there's a bunch of purses. So the lady has in the purses a bunch of fake IDs?
Yes.
I saw the bags, Greta, and I never want to see you again.
So
she kidnapping people.
So she leaves. Okay, so look, she leaves her purse on a subway for somebody hopefully to bring it to her and be the nice person. Wow.
Yep, so she was sucked into a trap. So that's Chloe Grace Moretz from Kick-Ass and
oh my gosh, she's talking. It's where she works at the restaurant. Hey.
Yeah, it's an elaborate story there.
I gotta see this. I gotta see this. She looks so angry.
Suspense thriller.
Everyone needs
I'm enthralled. Like I'm watching it with you guys.
Brings that fear factor of don't trust anybody out there.
You can trust some people. You can trust me, Ahman. I'm trustworthy.
There's something you need to know about Greta.
I'm just watching this with you guys.
Are you insane?
This is good.
Ow! That looked painful.
Getting her. Got her.
This is wild.
Just try to get rid of Greta.
Do you think this movie, I'm just watching it, as I'm watching it, I think of something, I know it's not the similar, but maybe a similar idea. I think of something like Conjuring, where it basically somewhat came out of nowhere. And then all of this, it was an original thing, and then there was a Conjuring 2, then there was Annabelle, then there was all these, offshoots of it. Do you think something like this could do that? I mean, this looks like a movie that could go in many directions afterwards.
It could do that. You have the twists and turns, you have the elaborate game that Greta played to get her victims lured to the house, so you see that. But as I always say in the horror, it's one of my favorite genres. It's horror, but it's also drama, suspense. I mean, because horror could be categorized as different things from blood and gore.
You learned that in a previous episode. We debated about that one.
Exactly. So it has different elements that I like, but obviously, like I said, it puts that fear in you, but it also teaches you what to do and what not to do. Especially, don't lose your bag. Don't lose your wallet.
But she didn't lose her bag. That's the thing. She didn't lose the bag. She planted it there and then she lured her. It's like a modern day.
Don't get sucked into that. If you see a bag on the subway, you see a bag on the subway, a wallet.
That's what this is.
Take it to the police department. Let them deal with it.
Gretel. It's a modern day.
Let them handle it. Take it to the firehouse.
Solved.
So then.
What else is playing? What else
good stuff, big stuff playing. My girl from the Marvel universe.
Yep.
Captain Marvel is back.
Back?
She's back, because she's going to come back. So we get introduced here to her. I was a Blockbuster employee, by the way, in college.
You worked at Blockbuster?
When I was a sophomore and junior in college, so yeah.
The more you know.
Hey, Blockbuster, loved it. Had 7 free rentals at the end of the week. So she crashed. That might have been my shot. That might have been my Blockbuster video in Lincoln, Nebraska, right there. But no, it's New York City somewhere.
Specials of Blockbuster as we're listening to like some. So, okay, Captain Marvel, maybe not as well known originally before all this. I mean, everybody knows Wonder Woman, but I had to explain this. I mean, my own family, it's like, wait a minute, what's the difference? And you have to have that whole conversation, you know, Marvel, DC, the different universes, so on and so forth.
Correct.
But Wonder Woman is in that Marvel world, and Captain Marvel, no, Wonder Woman is in DC, and Captain Marvel is in Marvel.
Exactly. So we see Brie Larson is playing Captain, Carol Danvers, and then Nick Fury, as we saw there, he's the young Nick Fury. Samuel L. Jackson is playing him, but it's the Nick Fury before he lost his eye.
Okay.
So he's young and have both eyes, so that's the good thing here. But we see her, she is an intergalactic agent of law. We have Jude Law that's playing Yan Nag, if I'm saying that correctly.
I don't know.
But it's some weird out of space name there, but I hope I say it right because he'll probably kick my butt. But it's everything we've been waiting for to explain what's going to happen in Endgame.
So this is the tie-in
in
to
another
Endgame.
month. Yes, this is
So
the tie-in, continued tie-in, something that, again, that we've talked about before. Marvel has done an outstanding job of tying everything together through this, so you see Captain Marvel. So check out your local theaters, and some local theaters will have an early viewing of it Thursday night. So get online, check the apps of your theaters, wherever you live. They do that, so be aware.
It's funny you say that. As a fun little side anecdote to kind of give you guys a window into a different world, when I lived in Asia, it was crazy. These movies, the Marvel movies, came out about 2 or 3 weeks before they dropped here. So people were getting so excited for, I'm going to go see the new Iron Man. I'm like, I saw it a month ago. And everybody's confused. I don't know, it's interesting how that works.
We just get stuff late here in America,
Random anecdote. So the big thing I'm waiting for, though, Ahman.
Because you don't know, you haven't watched enough of it
on purpose. Okay, so listen.
Is that what?
No. I've watched Game of Thrones. But I haven't watched this trailer on purpose.
Oh.
So yeah, because I want this to be an organic response. I'm very, very excited for what we're going to show you. A lot of you may have already seen it, but we're going to go through it now. Game of Thrones is back. I'm excited. Here is that trailer. It came out yesterday.
Sweet.
This is my first time watching it, right with you all.
He's got many faces.
It's hard to hear it in there.
I look forward to seeing this one.
Look at her. Oh.
Ooh.
Because she went into... I can't even formulate sentences. I'm so excited.
Everything you did brought you where you are now.
Lannister was Hodor.
Where you belong.
No, Hodor passed away. Oh, Cersei.
Shame.
The evil queen.
This is the end, right? This is the last season. This is what it all leads up to. Dragons, but there's only 2 dragons.
They're coming.
Our
enemy doesn't tire.
No.
Doesn't stop.
Okay.
Doesn't feel.
The music is epic.
Cersei.
She's taking his throne. Who's taking the throne? I didn't read the books.
Jon Snow. I'm just putting
I think Jon Snow too, but Cersei's it's the twist. It's the M. Night Shyamalan twist. So
she's like the godfather. She is the godfather of that time.
Oh my golly, I can't wait till April. It's only, what, just over a month away.
Yes, April 14th. There's the White Walkers.
The White Walkers,
the White Walker horse.
That's the M. Night Shyamalan twist. The White Walkers are going to take the throne, and that's just going to be it. And we're all going to look at it and say,
we all just got to wait and see,
We just went through like 10 years of that, because they took a year and a half off, right, for this season. From the last season.
Between getting a lot shot, guys' payrolls going up. So it's good for them.
It took a long time.
Excited
We're going to cover that in detail. Get ready for that. I'm really excited about this. Now, on to something you know about.
So another universe, not the DC, is Marvel here. So comic book of the week is actually an older comic. It's been out for about 4 years. Is Venom, Lethal Protector, the anti-hero. Since Eddie Brock and Venom are now on DVD, You could take over. Batman's getting his butt kicked. So, Alien. So my man Venom, he's in a 6-book comic actually. So you can find it at your local comic book store or even online. And so you know Venom. He's the alien symbiote. He's a defender of the innocent. Now Eddie Brock, he heads west, and there's no shortage of enemies for him to test him and his resolve. So including the jury. So in these issues, Spider-Man meets up with Venom and finds out who Venom's father is. Venom gives birth to the new horde of sinister symbiotes. It's Venom's origin story. It's the first and deadliest of the solo series that was created by writer and artist David Michelin and Mark Bagley and Ron Liam. So check it out online or at your local comic book store as well. So Venom.
This guy tells me to take the...
And then we got some comics also from this game.
Okay. Yeah, the game that you handed me the controller of and says, Mitch. I'm losing, take the controller.
And then that's our director, Mitch collection. I got to step my game up.
That's real.
I got to step my comic book game up, man. He's always got me. He's one-up me, which is good.
Mitch is the man.
It's motivation for me to get better.
All right. So, I'm trying to. Are you guys watching me play this thing? All right, we're heading to straight topping here.
You're winning.
But I guess this is okay. Hold on. I see why you said X is punch because on Batman it is. On the other character it wasn't. Depending the character it changes. Yeah, depending the character it changes. So you're trying to tell me what to do, and I'm just like I don't know.
All right.
Yeah, this is. He says. All right. So okay. So as we talk about, you know, Xbox, and we talk about injustice on Xbox, and we talk about this, I thought an appropriate transition would be to bring up Nintendo. I don't, they don't transition at all. But we're hearing over at Nintendo, they're doing a massive hiring. A massive hiring.
Well,
and who doesn't want to work at Nintendo? But let me pull this up.
Who doesn't want to work at any video game company except for, I think, Activision just laid off a whole bunch of people.
Oh, well,
not fun.
But okay, so don't go there.
Correct.
But if you apply here, okay, this just in. This is wild. So they're looking for 2,200 employees, if this is right.
They're looking?
I believe that's what, no, it says number of employees is 2,200. They're looking for 22 employees, I believe is what
I'm about to say.
In the article. But they're saying that the average salary, the average salary to work at Nintendo in Japan is $80,000. Equivalent.
Average.
I mean, it's in U.S. dollars, $80,000.
That's average.
Average salary is 80 grand. To live in Japan and work at Nintendo? How do we get that gig? That sounds awesome. I mean, I
can hire me anytime.
But they said, but this is where they really try to sell people on, right? This is cool about it. They say employees have been there. The hires will complement the staff, which have an average of 38.6 years. So with the company, so they're saying almost 2,300 employees that are there now have been there. Basically, it's a career job.
Oh wow, their whole lives, a quarter of their lives.
People like working there. I mean, working at Nintendo.
Man, it's Nintendo. Cool. It's video games, man. So
that's people are talking about.
People are living their dream.
If this is your chance, everybody.
Developing video games, mostly video games for kids. That's what Nintendo. They're in that demographic of developing kid games. So that's the Mario Brothers.
Get out of this snow.
Legend of
you don't
Zelda,
want this anymore. There's more
classic,
snow coming this weekend. You don't want that.
Games.
Go
classic
to Japan.
Games. So.
Have a Mount Fuji and all that.
Man, so down in the Amazon, man, it was a humpback whale.
Okay.
That was found 50 feet from the ocean shore.
One more time. A whale.
A humpback.
A humpback whale was found
in the Amazon jungle, 50 feet from the ocean shore.
Okay.
So biologists say that the mammal had basically potentially swallowed some plastic, and that's where it passed away. And so from the current, was able to sweep the body up. The waves were bringing up because it's high shore. You know, right now, high waves season being in February. So the body was brought up on land, and that's where basically from the people living in the area, the marine biologists, and I say scientists from the area saw the vultures. Yeah, so saw the vultures circling the body of the carcass there down in Brazil. So from the research and from scientists research and knowing what goes on. The whales, they do their migratory, I say, trek through the ocean from either Africa, from the side of the Pacific or Atlantic over there, all the way to South America, and maybe the baby mount. So it was found out that it was a baby humpback whale, and then so most likely it got separated or broken away from its mother
but how did it
and
get
lost
50 feet
from the waves?
50 miles, not 50
no,
feet.
it was
50 miles.
No, it's 50 feet.
Is it 50 feet?
It's the next one, but
oh,
50
well, that's
feet.
not bad. Somebody told me 50
but this
miles.
This
That's
not
a
the
way
first
different
time.
Story.
Unfortunately, this is not the first time it's happened. Back in 2007, there was a minnow whale that was found over 1,000 miles inland away from the Atlantic Ocean. So this is something that happens, and that was an 18-foot male whale as well. So that is something that, you know, we got to be, you know, take care of the environment, because the plastic is what kills the whale. So that's something that is always a big thing in my house. We recycle and we throw it away, but not in there. You know, no, we can't keep
protect the animals.
We gotta protect
We're
them.
not going to get on one right now, but just want to let everybody know, just make good decisions.
Make very good decisions.
I mean,
and
when I was
out the environment.
Yeah, it's
there.
Make good decisions. Make good decisions. Yeah.
All right, so and then an interesting story finding out from that involves football players and involves old school rapper Jay-Z. So we know Jay-Z has a company called Rock Nation. So what I found out was this 6-year-old down in Lakeland, Florida. Unfortunately, was arrested for not standing. Sixth grader. I'm sorry, sixth grader. Excuse me. Sixth grader was arrested for not standing to do the Pledge of Allegiance. And so when this happened, this sixth grader got into a heated argument with his teacher, and his teacher him and her bantered back and forth. He's saying, I didn't want to stand for the Pledge of Allegiance because he felt that the American flag is racist and it showed injustice to the African-American community, so he didn't want to stand. And so the teacher fired back at him. Her name is Anna Alvarez, and says to the student, then why don't you simply move out of the country? And
the teacher said this to the sixth grader.
You know, because she says from her,
recently.
So
was
she
like
fires,
11 years old,
yeah,
12
she
years
fires
old,
that at him, and then he said, well, you know, you can't always go back to where you come from, because I'm from Cuba. So she fired back. If I don't feel welcome somewhere, I'm gonna leave. And so it kind of said that to him, and they go back and forth. So the argument got heated. There were some words said, and also where the police came in, where Jabari, actually his name is Jabari. Jabari.
Okay.
I'll go there.
Yeah, that's fine.
He was arrested. Jabari Talbot was arrested, and then from the heated argument, there was possible threats that he said to the teacher and to the principal. So that's where he got arrested. But the support and the word got out from the community, got out to Leonard Fournette. He supported the kid as well in having his back and understand the injustice. Miami Heat basketball player Jamal Lawton, I believe, was also part of it as well. But then Rock Nation has a division. So Jay-Z created a division of his sports company that actually has a law firm that will support injustices like this to people in the African-American community who can't afford lawyers but can't get the support and the legal legalese behind them.
He had this before, or he set it up as a result of
this was always going on. That Jay-Z already set up before Jamal Talbot and his family. So the mother, the family, Jamal all thank the athletes, the celebrities, and the community for all the support. And the mother right now is continue to support. She's continuing to push forward. She actually has a complaint to United States Board of Justice to get this continuing, because she knows this is a continuing thing for African American children around the United States, and to not let this keep going. So that is one thing that was I say important.
Sounds like there's so many problems with that story. There's so many things. I mean, it sounds like a story that's probably going to get a lot of headlines. It's going to show up a lot, and I mean that's why we bring it up.
Possibility.
It's going to get talked about quite a bit everywhere. It's controversial. There's different layers to it, but I'm just kind of blown away that a teacher would even, in a certain way, kind of start something like that. Now, I'm nobody's. I wasn't there. I'm not trying to insinuate that I know what happened. You know, whatever. But just going off of what you're talking about and responding to that, it kind of blows my mind that you have a teacher more or less escalating this to what it became.
It was a teaching moment where she could have actually made it a conversation in the class and not something where it got heated or personal. And I think that's where it took it, where it didn't need to go for both parties in man, the teacher and Jabari.
Well, speaking of controversial things hitting the news right now, there's one last thing I want to bring up. Something that when you were away, and Justin, the producer in my ear, our main guy, he one of the topics we talked about in our show was the new Michael Jackson documentary coming out. Some of you all probably heard about it. Well, it has since been released, and it's getting a lot of attention, negatively so, to the point where actually radio stations in Canada and New Zealand, at this point right now, maybe more, they have pulled all Michael Jackson music from their airwaves. Now, not to go too much into it, we talked about it a couple of weeks ago, and if you want to know about it, I'm sure you can find stories about it, but in a nutshell, two gentlemen now, probably about our age, two people that defended Michael in the past through these sexual abuse allegations or something to that effect, they have since changed their tune and said, no, he did commit, crimes against us, in not so many words. So that's a situation, and there was a whole special, Leaving Neverland. It's everywhere right now, and basically it went to the Sundance Festival to start, got a lot of attention, and HBO picked it up and they ran it, and it apparently boosted their ratings. I mean, everybody's watching, everybody's talking about it. We're talking about it.
Correct.
It's everywhere. But it's really interesting to me that radio stations are now pulling the plug on his own music, and especially that he was tried in the court of law and found not guilty, at least. Is very interesting that this all happened. This year will be the 10th anniversary of his death. It was June 25th, 2009. We've already been a decade from him passing, and there's a lot surrounding that story. So something we're following, something that I'm pretty interested in. So, yeah.
Yeah, just unfortunate because it's just been, like you said, 10 years from his death and still being talked about today. But it's hopefully it could come to a pass and get this settled and I say put behind, I believe the Jackson family as well, put behind them as well so they continue to move forward.
There's one story, I know we're about to go off here, but I don't want to miss this story. This is a story Justin found, and this story is, I hope he still has it on his computer. There's an artist doing a display in New York, a really cool display, and basically they are showing Earth. They're live streaming the Earth in New York, south of Houston, Soho. That's what south of Houston, Soho means. Down in Ludlow Street. So I'm going to follow this. This is a really cool story. You guys want to check this out? It's on hypepiece.com. A little bit about that story. It's just a really cool art installation. Definitely look into that. I think it's pretty interesting. Something pretty fresh. So
streaming from space.
Streaming the world. Streaming the world from the world. I don't know. I used to work not far from there when I lived in New York.
Okay.
So you're back, man. You're back. We had a full show. We're back in action.
Yep.
How's it feel to be back?
Feels good. Get back in the groove. You know, it was a tough past couple of weeks for our family. So I think, as most people know, that when you have a tragedy like this, two tragedies that we had in our family, just kind of take a step back, but then also take that step forward to get your life back to normal as best as you can, basically. But talk, mourn, grieve, and always, I believe, let your feelings flow no matter what. And so I want to thank you for all the support that we've had through social media and here at the station, and the family and friends around, I say, between Illinois, Wisconsin, and Nebraska as well. It's been great support, and continue, like I said, just taking the next step forward. So have a great, I say, memory of both ladies, Kim Antos and my mother, Glenda Scott. So
we're glad to have you back, but we want to recognize your family. Now you mentioned a little bit about what you guys have been through the last couple of weeks, but people who don't know, do you want to expound a little bit on what exactly happened?
Yeah, just my sister-in-law Kim Antos, she passed away from stage 4 cancer, and my mother passed away from Alzheimer's, progressed Alzheimer's disease as well. So it's been something that the families have been aware of for a long time, but it still doesn't matter. Doesn't, I say, make it easier, when the end is here. So that's it. But I appreciate the support from everybody in the Green Bay community, Illinois, Nebraska, and here online.